So welcome, Wealth Creatives. As I mentioned, today we're going to continue our journey into the Sacred Money Archetypes. We are going to be meeting our next Sacred Money Archetype, which is the Nurturer. There are 8 Sacred Money Archetypes, and we have been meeting each one of them over this month of November. And we are getting to the tail end. We've got 2 more to meet next week, which will be next Tuesday and next Thursday. So pop that in your diary as well. You can find all the event details on our Facebook page. But let's jump into today's. Before I tell you too much about the Nurturer, I thought I'd introduce myself. For anyone who hasn't met me, hi, my name is Brooke Hunt. I am a financial intuitive and money mentor here at Laura Elkasasi & Co. It is such a privilege to be able to do the work that I do. That is me on the top of the screen, and below is Laura Elkasasi herself. We really do pride ourselves in the work that we do as money mentors to be money mentors with a difference. We love to work with purpose-led entrepreneurs to be able to really show them what is possible for their financial freedom. We work with 3 essential pillars of financial expansion, which are energy, strategy, and profitability. And that is, each of those pillars are just as essential as each other. And when we dive into the Sacred Money Archetypes, that obviously is part of that energy pillar, to be able to understand the energy of how you're working with your money, with your archetype. So a Sacred Money Archetype, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what they are. An archetype in general is it's just a pattern of energy that repeats itself over and over. And because it repeats itself over and over, we get to notice certain traits, and we get familiar with that energy. The Sacred Money Archetypes is just taking that archetypal energy and looking at it within the realms of money. So there are 8 different types of Sacred Money Archetypes. Each one has their own identity, their own personality, their own energy, and that's why it is essential really for us to meet each and every one of them and understand exactly what it is that they are able to bring in and bring light to in our lives. And understanding the Sacred Money Archetypes really is like cracking that money code. It absolutely is. It is how you can learn to thrive both in your business, both in your personal life. The Sacred Money Archetypes, they leave no stone unturned. So as we have been normally used to just wandering through the world in looking at the practicalities of money, the Sacred Money Archetypes takes it that extra step forward and takes us into the realm of energy. So I'm just going to jump into our next slide. So who are our Sacred Money Archetypes? As I said, there are 8 different Sacred Money Archetypes. We have met most of these on our journey so far. We are just waiting to meet the last 2, which, as I said, you will get to meet next week. And it's really exciting, as I said, to be able to understand each and every one of these amazing Sacred Money Archetypes. So we are meeting the Nurturer today, which is your inner sponsor. The Nurturer is all about illuminating caring and compassion. And as the name of the Nurturer suggests, you may already be feeling that compassion, that caring, that wanting to look after other people in the Nurturer. And so the Nurturer really is that compassionate being. The Nurturer is highly compassionate. Often, however, their self-worth does come from the compassion, the giving, being there for others. So it is also where they find their strengths, in being compassionate, being that one to be able to support those around them. They are responsible as well with their personal finances. They like to understand what is happening, but because they also have that compassion, sometimes the Nurturer can find they attract people who need their help. And obviously in this realm, there is that financial help and also other types of help as well. Our nurturer loves to be of service. They desire to be of service. It often inspires them into sharing their financial resources, that being there to help others, being there to be of service, being there to be able to provide that help, that support. And yes, it is normally that desire that does inspire them to share their finances. They are, of course, naturally generosity. They are naturally generous. That comes in line with everything we've been talking about before. That generosity includes wanting to protect and shelter and nurture others financially, and also in that physical realm as well. The sacred strengths of our nurturer, they are giving, they are devoted, and they are reliable. They, as we said, that gift of the nurturer is their generosity. They also, as well as giving and gifting, they also give amazing value and often can over-deliver as well if they're in their own business or even working for somebody else. Okay, find that they burn that candle at both ends looking to over-deliver, but they always give amazing value. They are also loyal and devoted. They are obviously wanting to be of service and help others. So whenever you have that need, whenever you need that assistance, you can always rely on the nurturer to be there. And they are compassionate and reliable. And because of that compassion, as I said, because of that compassionate nature, because they are devoted, you can rely on them always to be there and to help each other. The challenges, though, of our nurturer, as you can imagine, with the strengths that we just talked about, the challenges that come with that, with the nurturer, is they often have that feeling they need to rescue others. So being of service, wanting to help, being compassionate, seeing people in need, they often go above and beyond and feel that they have to be the rescuer. They have to sort it out. They have to be the one that goes and does what needs to be done. And that can also build resentment within them after a while, as you can possibly imagine, if that's continually something that is always happening. It's always me again, because people rely on them, because they are reliable. They are continually put in that same role often, and that can cause that resentment as well with the nurturer. And because they are always giving to each other and giving to others all the time, they are also finding a challenge in abandoning themselves, of really putting themselves first, because they always put people in front of themselves. And that is including financial as well. So they can find often that their financial security can be compromised because they are helping others, because they are supporting those around them. So they can find that they give money to others. They can find that they will give money elsewhere instead of, if they are in need, but they see someone else in financial need, they will often give their money out instead of looking after it themselves or holding it themselves. Even though they are responsible with their money, they also often don't have a great deal of savings, or can even be in debt because they've had to go or allowed themselves to go into debt to be able to help others. So that is really a big challenge for our nurturers out there. The sacred money contract for our nurturer, each of our sacred money archetypes have their own money contract. And one part of the money contract for our sacred money archetypes really does gel for them. They are on board with it. They are loving that part of the money contract. Another part is always a bit of a push. It's really taking them out of their comfort zone. And the sacred money contract for the nurturer is just the same. Their contract is to care for others by empowering oneself. And as we've just talked about the nurturer, I'm sure you can already feel and understand and see the part that would be that challenge for the nurturer, that is to empower themselves. So they're very good at caring for others. That's easy. That sacred money contract, that part of the sacred money contract, absolutely easy for our nurturer. But to understand that caring for others, they actually care for others by empowering themselves, that can be the challenge and the hurdle. And that is the contract that they are here to really live out and to be able to walk and talk in their life. So if you are a nurturer, there is a few questions that are here to prompt you. These come from the Sacred Money Archetype cards, and these will give you some time to consider and to really, again, push those boundaries. It's about how can you make that sacred money alignment as the nurturer with the nurturer's support and still be able to grab and hold of those strengths without the challenges. And so if you are the nurturer, I'd suggest you pause this at some stage and come back. Give yourself that time to be able to go through these questions. But even just as I talk through them, just let some words, some ideas start to rise with you there. So if you're the nurturer, if giving money were not an option for you, what other ways could you help people who are important to you? So instead of giving money, being that financial support, how else could you support people? How else could you help those around you if it's not financial, if financial support was not an option? The next question I would love for you to consider is, what are 3 relationships that often require your financial support? And what would these relationships look like if you were not involved financially? So again, as we've spoken about, often the relationships, the nurturer wants to help support others, but that can also mean that they find themselves in relationships where those relationships really do rely on them to be able to support them financially. A lot of their relationships are built on that financial support, that financial giving. And so there are 3 relationships that often require that financial support. If the financial support were not there, was not involved, what would those relationships look like? And these can be quite an eye-opener for the nurturer. This can be quite confronting for the nurturer, because when we start to strip back that financial support, often they'll find that there can be not a lot left in that relationship, beside that financial aspect of that continual support and feeling needed and feeling wanted and feeling loved by giving that financial support. The next question to consider for our nurturer is, what would your life be like in 3 to 5 years and 10 years if the support you provided others was not financial? So thinking about the amount of money that you have financially supported others with and given away and invested in others, if you did not do that, how would your life be different in 3 years' time? What about 5 years' time? What about 10 years' time? Yeah. These really are, as I said, some eye-opening questions for our nurturer to be able to take on board. Each of our Sacred Money Archetypes also has a money mindset, an empowering money mindset. And again, this is stretching our nurturers and stretching themselves into a new truth. So the empowering money mindset for our nurturer to take with them is to create clear money boundaries. Creating clear money boundaries is a powerful way for me to demonstrate my caring. So creating clear money boundaries is a powerful way for me to demonstrate my caring. So to show others that you care, you can still be compassionate, you can still be caring, you can still be supportive. And you actually do that by putting in those boundaries, those clear money boundaries. It's a powerful way to support others to be able to support themselves as well. So if you're a nurturer, that is your empowering money mindset to take with you today. Creating clear money boundaries is a powerful way for me to demonstrate my caring. Where to from here? So obviously today I've given you a very quick overview and introduction to our nurturer, to our inner sponsor. So you may be intrigued by this. You may have gone and done our quiz and know who your top Sacred Money Archetypes are and wondering, where do we go from here? The first thing I invite you to do, obviously, is to come and join me for the last 2 Sacred Money Archetype mini masterclasses that are happening next week. Again, you will find them, if you're watching this recording on YouTube, you will also find those on our YouTube channel as well. But they will be next week, next Tuesday, Thursday, if you are watching this live. You can also join a waitlist. So we are creating for you some amazing, even if I say so myself, self-study courses on our Sacred Money Archetypes. It is going to be dropping really, really soon. And if you want to be the first to know about it, which we would love, come and jump on our waitlist. I've just dropped that link in the comments as well for you. And then if you are ready, if you really want to, and you understand the importance of the Sacred Money Archetypes and you know exactly what we're talking about, or want to discover how they can support you thrive in your business, in your personal life, come and take a 3-month deep journey with me into the Sacred Money Archetypes. I'm just going to drop the link for you for that too. You can find out all about that by following the link in the comments there. Come and, oh, it looks like it's gone over to comments. Let me try that again. Bear with me 2 seconds. Sorry, people. I'm just going to try and okay, I'm going to have to come bring that back to you in a moment. Oh, I'm hiding and moving it away. Okay, I will come back and put that there. You can click on that link. You just have to obviously put the ES and the forward dash in front as well to really make that work. So the 3-month, as I said, the 3-month deep dive is you, me, and your sacred money archetypes. It is understanding at that deepest level how they will help you, or how they do and will help you to thrive, as I said, in both your business and in your personal life, because it is one and the same. Yeah, I've got that link for you there. So that is our presentation, my presentation to introduce you to the sacred money archetype of the nurturer, of your inner sponsor, that nurturer who illuminates that compassion, that giving, and understanding and being able to access those strengths within you of the nurturer as well. The nurturer has some amazing strengths, and when you are shown and understand how you can light up those strengths, how you can embody those strengths, how you can bring them forth, your financial future, your wealth creation will absolutely change. It cannot not do that once we understand the energetic side of the sacred money archetypes and the role that they play in our financial freedom, which, let's be honest, that's what we're all here for, right? So I would love for you to come and join me, as I said, with the remaining Sacred Money Archetype mini masterclasses. You can also come and jump on a 3-month program with me one-on-one and put your name down as well for the mini programs that will be dropping on each of our Sacred Money Archetypes as well. What I have been doing, and what I've been doing, the Sacred Money Archetypes, they have been leaving us with a word at the end of each of these sessions. We can all commune with energy, and that is one of the things I love to do as a financial intuitive. So I'm just going to tune in to the energy of the nurturer and see what the word is they wish for us to be able to take with us. And it is that word of growth. The nurturer wants you to know, wants you to understand that when you are able to take those strengths, take the strengths of the nurturer, of that giving, of that compassion, of that devotion, of that reliability, and to be able to not just do that for those outside of you, but to do that within you, that is where that growth occurs. That is where you will just begin to bloom. And it is a beautiful word as a nurturer. If you are the nurturer, take that word growth with you, knowing that you are here for your own growth, not just for those around you. It's not just about being of service to others. It's about being of service to yourself. And that is where the growth is. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Brooke Hunt. It's been an absolute pleasure to be of service to you today. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments or reach out. Bye for now.